What I liked about it is that it promotes interfaith, but not just interfaith, inter-ethnic cooperation, inter-religious cooperation, as well as interinstitutional within Rochester. My name is Dr. George Eisen. I am a professor of political science. Also, my administrative position, I am an associate vice president, as well executive director for international education. The first time we encountered the Hizmet movement, approached by the Turkish Cultural Center here in Rochester. They approached us, they wanted to have partnership. As head of the international education program, I was called in to create a partnership with the Turkish community in general. Our university has a special philosophy of creating close ties with the community, especially international community, religious community, national communities. That's how we get first acquainted. We signed an agreement with the Turkish Cultural Center, inter alia with the Hizmet movement. And it was at least 5-6 years ago. It was also an education for me to get acquainted with Mr. Gulen's philosophy. I have many questions as usual as a political scientist. I wanted to understand. What I liked about it is that it promotes interfaith, but not just interfaith, inter-ethnic cooperation, inter-religious cooperation, as well as interinstitutional within Rochester, within this community. What I understood immediately promotes coexistence, peaceful coexistence between very diverse groups. To give you an example, I was surprised when the Turkish Cultural Center, Hizmet, initiated the International Day of the Child. And we organized here on campus, they invited different ethnic communities. And to give you the Polish community, the Macedonian community, the Ukrainian community came together one evening, a major celebration. What was also important for us, one of our mission within the university to have a religious diversity. And because we approached them, they provided us a very tolerant Islam toward another religions, toward another institutions. I was impressed, for example, that in many of the social events that they organize, not just religious representations are present, but also they inviting the civic leaders here of the community. That include from Congress, from the US Congress I'm talking about, political figures, religious figures, civic figures, educational leaders. And it's a very, very beautiful way of combining, creating a community, a harmonious community. In a pluralistic society, we're working to create a harmony, a coexistence, I use the term, which is extremely important to a peaceful society. When each one of us understanding each other, It's very easy to create friction, very easy to create conflict. Equally important to find the means to create a dialogue, create a communication between very diverse groups. What I didn't find in the Hizmet movement overtly political ambitions or political missions. What I find very unique about the movement, that they don't play the political issues. Rather, what they want is finding a means of communication, bridging the differences. This is the cornerstone of American society. We as an educational institution constantly communicating with political figures, they are all representatives. So the Turkish community here has the mandate on the need to communicate with, they are all own representatives. That's also the cornerstone of democracy. I can tell you, I am in Washington many, many times. I visit the State Department, I visit the Congress, I communicate with my own representative. If I don't communicate, they don't know our needs. It is a very important mission of every organization. One of the #1 priority is creating dialogue. This is not an issue of should we, it's a must. I think I already mentioned that there are many preconceived ideas about Islam. There are many misconceptions. There are many misunderstandings. It is important that a moderate Islamic movement able to convey an image on knowledge, on understanding about their mission, about their philosophy. This is another very important mandate of our modern society here. It is important to be open. There are people who never will be able to convince, but there are genuine people who don't understand, or don't know it. So conveying knowledge, information is a necessity today in a computer age. We are so interconnected. 24/7, I use the term slang. We are interconnected. As an educational institutions, one of the #1 mission of our university is bringing together diversity. I consider it one of my greatest achievements here, or establishing the Muslim Student Association, bringing in not just Turkish students from the community or from Turkey, but we have a huge number of Saudi Arabian students, Tunisian students, Algerian students. It is key to reflect the world. The #1 priority is, in my mind, which I think important in Hizmet, is I don't want to convert you. I just want to respect your religion. And if you respect my religion, it's much easier to respect your religion. And that's basically also the base for interfaith understanding. First, we need to clarify interfaith dialogue is not changing anybody's religion. It's to give more tolerance, more understanding. Every person has their own right path. We just need to respect it. It's basically interfaith understanding and dialogue is respect toward each individual. And if we do have this respect, the world will be a much better place on every level. It's exactly corresponding my own philosophy of education is the means, #1 for mobility, #2 making well-educated judgments about people, #3 creating a relatively peaceful world that different ethnic groups, national groups, religious groups have the ability to a very productive life. Now, if I'm talking about the United States, this is, in my mind, the greatest asset that many countries don't understand. This is a youth culture. It means age has no play within our society. Our university promotes lifetime learning. It's never ending. Education, in many countries, the uniting force is military. Another is you have aristocracy. In America, you have education which unites and promotes. So our role is the most important in this society. What charity creates? A bond, a bridge between people. On the fact that they're also functioning in non-Muslim societies, it sends the message that transcends religion, good deed. Although maybe every religion promotes good deed or tells us to do good deed. But when you are reaching outside of your community, I think it multiplies. Politics is politics, and politics is dirty. This happened to be dirty politics. Do I agree? Of course not. It's important because by promoting the philosophy of Hizmet, it also promotes the perception of Turkey and Turkish people. You cannot ignore that the immediate perception of a nation is by the representatives all over the world. That means that the perception of Turkey itself is how Turkish people around the world reflecting on it. I don't have any reflections if I don't meet you or a person on the streets or that I can make a judgment. Sometimes this judgment not right, but most of the time, in this case, Hizmet's mission promotes the reputation of Turkey.